What it is. Happy Friday. Hope you fuck with Troy and Jerry.
I fuck with Troy and Jerry. Good to see you, man.
If you don't, you're in the wrong place.
That's for sure. What's up, Lizard Joel? What's going on out there? Tim? Bankruptcy's in the house. Right on.
We're here. We got a big show. I got a hot banger. So better throw some D's in the chat if you're getting a kickoff dab with us tonight.
Is it time to load up the dab, Troy?
Oh, I mean, I'm still too hot to handle, too cold to hold. My dab right still says too hot right now. So we got another minute before the dab comes in.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and drop what for me is a big one in there. So
Jerry's gonna drop big fat deuce.
Scooping it out. Scooping her, duping her out, man. Scooping her out. How's your week going, man? How you been?
Good, man. It's been busy. I got a new car last night.
Oh, far fucking out. Same one?
Same one.
Nice.
Same color and everything.
How's it feel? Does it feel like an upgrade?
Dude, it's such an upgrade. We're doing a big old glob. Is that what you said? We're doing globs?
I'm doing what for me is a glob.
Is this big enough glob for you?
That's more than enough for me. Here's what I got loaded. Let me see. Can I get this in there?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
That's a scooper for me, man. So
we got a fun series of video tonight. We got the Flower Kettle. We're gonna bust out a little later and figure out what the fuck is going on with this thing. I've been getting so many messages about it, Jerry.
Right.
And we got the Blue Lotus as well. The Blue Lotus.
Man, it's beautiful. I fucking love that thing, man. That's dope, man. Yeah, we're gonna have fun tonight, man. That's for sure, dude. I dig that.
This feels like it's too big.
It's bro, you're gonna feel it. You will feel it.
If I cut it in half, it's too small. So it's
can you go like cut a third out of it?
But then that third of it is just too small to be a standalone dab, you know?
Yeah, that goes back in the bowl.
Nah.
The thought of putting it back in the bowl is like, what?
Nah.
It's out. It's got to get used, man. We're not doing that shit.
I'm at 5:30. You should pull your banger if you got the dab ready going. By the way,
oh man, that's great.
Throw your D's and your double D's in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I made the double D joke to the car salesman last night when he was filling out my application. When he spelled my last name. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers, everybody.
Oh God.
Throwing up a little prayer, Troy. Right on. Oh, I haven't dabbed in a while, dude. I've been flowering it up.
Oof.
Woo. That's good, Troy. That's good. It's been a while. What do you dab? What was that? Was that the papaya?
That was the last of the papaya.
That's why you want to put it back in. I thought you had more in there, man. I get you. Okay, you made the right call, bro, all day long. I'm gonna put mine back in.
Ooh, fuck my ass.
Not for kids.
That's how you dab right there, ladies.
That's
how it's done.
Damn, That's a show. That's a show right there. I dig that rig too, man. Right,
You
Sammy
got to
Bear?
use it when you were here, didn't you?
Yeah, I loved it, man. That's why I say I dig it. That was fun, man. I like it. All right, let's go get some more of this.
Papaya mimosa. I'm sad that it's gone. What dimension am I in? Probably the second. I feel very 2D. You know?
Oh, I feel high, man. Like
you ever imagine what it would be like to live in a 2D world, Jerry?
Huh. 2D world. Like I'm two-dimensional or all of it's two-dimensional?
Well, I mean, if you were 2-dimensional, but you lived in a three-dimensional world,
yeah,
how would that work?
You just slide along the floors and walls and stuff, like a thin puddle.
But it can't be, because you exist on a plane, not multiple planes. You exist on a singular plane.
Maybe you could slither through, like on a single plane, and even be unnoticed. I don't know. It's funky, man. I'm glad that's not the case because it sounds really confusing.
Like if we were in a 4-dimensional world, we wouldn't know it.
True,
because we're 3-dimensional beings as far as we know. Like if our consciousness has like some quantum connection to the 4th dimension, we haven't figured that out yet, but it's entirely possible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure all the different densities and all are intersecting, and we're just only aware of what we're aware of. Like, I heard somebody describe the connection between us all once. I think I read it, was that like if we could just turn our perspective a little bit, we'd see that everything is completely connected. Like it's all one solid object. There's not space between. It was really funky, man. It blew my mind. So
like we are all one.
Yeah.
Dude, there's been times where I've been on like acid trips or mushroom trips, or even just like straight up really, really deep meditation, where like I've realized I've felt in my soul that like we are all one. Like we got it in that sound bath when we did that sound bath at the Da Vinci party a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And we were stupid high, and we did that like 30-minute meditation with the sound bath. I felt it then. Like
that's dope.
Like I am everybody in this room, and everybody in this room is me. Like we're actually sharing consciousness to some degree.
Right.
Felt the connection. We're all in the same boat, just with different perspectives of things. It was such a fantastic revelation.
I shared that moment with somebody earlier this week, oddly enough, and what I shared was, do you remember me talking about how that was when I was in there just laying there listening to the sounds, and then started to cry, but not like out of sadness or anything, just the physical act of crying happened, and then instantly I switched to laughter, and then back and forth a couple times, and until the point where I realized that these are the same energy, the same frequency, just different perspective. Which side of the coin are you looking at? And it was blowing my mind.
That's hilarious that you mentioned that, because when you were here and we were tripping on mushrooms,
yes,
I noticed that all of us were like transitioning between laughing and crying.
Yep, heavily. That's like all we did. Like for 30 minutes, it was one or the other.
Like I'd look over at Brian and he would be crying, and I look over at you and you'd be laughing, and then I look back at Brian and he'd be looking at me laughing, and then I look over at you and you'd be bawling, and I'm like, what is going on?
That's what I love about shrooms. There's some kind of, I think that's part of the cleansing or something. It's doing something where there's just cleaning out the pipes or actually cleansing things without feeling. I don't know, but it's dope.
Dude, I've always felt that at least psilocybin for me gives me a different perspective of emotions that have always been there. Like, because sometimes I can see the smells and I can like feel the words, and like the words and emotions have different connections, different pathways, different connection points that I just didn't see before. And once you gain a new perspective on an emotion that you've been feeling your entire life, you can recontextualize all of your experiences and how you interpreted those things in the past.
Awesome.
So like if something hurt your feelings when you were fucking 15 years old and you've had a vengeance and you've changed your personality and you define yourself as, I'm never going to let anybody take my motherfucking bike ever again, you know, like, or whatever those things are that you define yourself as because of how you interpreted an experience based on that emotion. And then you can, like, as an adult, gain new perspective on those emotions to like better ease yourself and live a better, happier life. Those things can recontextualize. So that's what like deep meditation can do. Like you go in a fucking float tank and like your new adult self can heal itself from past memories by recontextualizing your emotions. Whoo! That was a good dab.
That's that's a real powerful gift, actually, to be able to do that. I mean, it changes life like to the core. And yeah, that drug will do that. And I've had some meditations over here with our plant where I've been able to have those kind of moments kind of intentionally too, which is amazing. So dude, that's a gift, man. Well said. Appreciate that. It's amazing.
Reflection. Sometimes overthinking is a curse. I'd say it's usually a curse. But other times when focused, I feel like I can do some pretty cool, big, deep changes within myself, or at least I'm capable of it. You ever try to be?
Gotta go deep, baby. Gotta go deep. That's the think tank for you right there, man. That's a dab.
What's up, everybody? Eric Daniels in the house.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Man, it's been a good week, Jerry.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying the shit out of my Cannabis Hardware Zen Leaf.
Very nice.
You were here when I got it. We unboxed it here on the show.
Yeah.
I've been cycling through all of the different bases, as well as both of the heads.
Very cool.
Got some anodization going here now on these.
Dude, they're beautiful. Love that. The purple one is the one that it gets hotter there. Is purple a later color?
The blue one is hotter. So I run the Mary at like 650 or 630.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty aggressive. And I run the Jane at like 610. There we go. Focus.
610 instead of, what was the other one? 5 what?
6. The blue one runs at about 650, 630.
Oh, okay.
Probably 635 is where I'm settling in at.
All right. So 25 degrees hotter than Jane.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm digging them. The handles get a little hot, but I can tolerate it. We had some heat issues, as you can see. It melted some spots here in my desk because there's no heat shield underneath the coil.
Insane.
Yeah. I've pointed it out to Cannabis Hardware. I've given them my direct feedback. I even built a little user group in the Vape Zone Discord. So yeah. I got feedback from other Zen Leaf, like an owners club, just to see like who else is experiencing things like this. and I presented all of the feedback to Cannabis Hardware. And dude, within a day, they had a fix. So now there's a heat shield that they're installing, and they're sending the heat shield out to everybody that has a Zen Leaf. So it's just a little aluminum reflector that goes in there, reflects the heat upwards.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So kudos
Easy to install.
Hardware for fixing that, for doing that.
Did you get it yet?
No, I didn't get my little reflectors yet, but I'm still using it. I'm just not leaving it on all night.
Right. Yeah, that was.
I'm not doing super hot temps.
That makes sense.
Yeah, this thing has been the shit, and I'm gonna show you something rad about this little injector head later.
Nice.
when we're talking about the Lotus.
Cool.
And if you're hitting up the Cannabis Hardware Zen Leaf system, code Troy Time, save you 5%, I believe.
Nice.
That's
a lot on an expensive piece.
Yeah. Now, you ready to get blue?
Yeah, man. Let's get blue. It's beautiful blue. It's just beautiful. They're pulling together in a way that I never really envisioned. Like it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. The Lotus here, the new ones are beautiful. We're going to show you those. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Try it, Jerry.
You have been working on your abs. Like you have been crushing it, Jerry.
Bro, you're one hot ass mermaid yourself, man. I'll tell you what.
I've been working on my tail. Just as much as you've been working on your abs.
Right. That's hilarious. I love those things, man.
This Blue Lotus. Can you tell us about this thing and I'll show it off?
Yeah, that sounds great.
There we go.
So it's right now he's got it in its cork case still. That's it's the Blue Lotus. Oh shit, hang on, my tea is done. The Blue Lotus. It's got a blue base plate there it changes kind of hue as you know, kind of reflects differently and is really fun to kind of twirl in the light. And then that purplish wood is amaranth, and that's amazing. It's just the grains are beautiful. They did a great job of polishing it off, and it's gorgeous, dude. Like I like the original Lotus. Like I thought that was a really pretty vape. This is one of the prettiest vapes I have. It's amazing. I love it. Right now we're looking up the bunghole of the prettiest vape you've ever seen.
Here's the bunghole view.
The bunghole shot right there.
Here's the goatee. Here's the goatee.
That's right. There's a diffuser plate in there with a screen. The little stir tool was the stick on the bottom there. My first Lotus didn't have that. I gotta find it, but my oldest Lotus didn't have that stir tool that he's pinching to hold it right now. But it's been on everyone since, and it's great because it's a real quick lift, stir, and put back on when you want to stir the bowl. But it's beautiful. The pedals there are also useful. That will show you how to adjust the flame to the right length so that you know you can follow the instructions and nail it the first time. These guys have done a great job of making this thing beautiful, but also really communicating everything, like the instructions and how to use this thing. I think what they've done since they've gotten the company has been great.
Yo, did they send you a little J hook?
Yeah, it shows the water pipe adapter and J hook, man, and that thing on there. It makes a great package.
Okay. So we've showed the water pipe adapter before. I apologize if there's ABV in there. I've been using the shit out of this thing.
Oh, yeah.
This little water pipe adapter, tiny little bowl, nice, perfect size bowl, nice, portable or desktop microdosing bowl. Little 14 mil water pipe adapter goes with the cutest 14 mil J hook I have ever seen.
It is pretty.
It is so cute. This is a cute little J hook. I never had the Lotus J hook, so this is fucking.
It's gorgeous.
Super fucking awesome to pair it with the blue. What's the wood again?
Amaranth. I could be saying it wrong, but if that's how it looks when you look at it.
Like the Twitch streamer, like amaranth.
If you say so, yeah, just like it sounds. That's what it spells. I mean, I'm not fucking with the.
Okay, well, this is now my favorite vape ever.
Here it is on the On
Let
the
me
black
confirm. Oh my
stem
god.
too. It's pretty dope on there like that. Let me see.
Oh, you're shining in my eye. Jesus.
Yeah,
Jerry.
man, I'm
Careful.
gonna do that to you. But yeah, that's it on the black stem there.
That's nice.
Fucking sweet. I haven't used it on this yet. I've had it pretty much on the J hook like that, but I just remembered, oh yeah, this actually, like, I used the J hook and took some really long hits and it got a little warm to hold. So I remember this thing takes care of that. So anyhow, that's kind of what I'm up to here, man.
All right. So Pomo Girly says it's Purple Heart. She looked it up in the Wood database. That's a thing, the Wood database.
Amaranth is Purple Heart.
According to Pomo Girly.
Well, that would make sense because when I saw it, I thought Purple Heart, and then they said Amaranth on their site, and I went, "Oh, okay."
Isn't Purple Heart like toxic though? Like, isn't that one of those things? Like,
maybe that's why they're using Amaranth. I don't know.
Come on now.
Yeah,
I said I wasn't gonna torch this thing because it's just too freaking beautiful.
Yeah,
but
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna use my other one.
I'm gonna torch it. Like as a kid, I never cherished anything, and I even destroyed my toys because sometimes they were just funner to destroy than they were to play with.
That's fucking great. Okay, go for it, man.
Oh, but no, but then at some point I started to put things up to save them for later or cherish them for later. I started doing it with music. I started doing it with vapes. I started doing it with barbecue stuff.
Yeah,
with a bunch of barbecue rubs. Like I probably had, I don't know, $800 worth of barbecue rubs. And it was all like, oh, I'm gonna save these. I'm gonna do like a video, or I'm gonna do a cook where I do salmon with like 45 different fucking flavorings. I'm gonna do something epic.
yeah.
And then they just sit there, and then 8 years go by, and then they're all stale and they're all trash.
That's what I wondered: is do they last? Yeah,
They don't last. They don't last.
Okay.
And I don't know. I've been looking at some of the vapes on my shelf lately and just being like, damn, it's almost a fucking shame for some of these to be sitting here. I feel guilty almost. Like I should move these on. Like let someone else enjoy these vapes instead of not hitting them. Like I need to like develop some sort of cycle where I'm using every single vape on my shelf or something. It's a weird vibe.
Yeah, man. I don't think you need to lay that on you, but if that's what if you like that, then don't discount what your gut says. But
Word. Jerry, I think I need to grind.
Sounds like fun.
Hello, this is Betty White. You need some time to grind.
Hi, are we gonna hit this thing here? Is that what we're gonna do?
You gotta give me a moment. Now I gotta grind some shit.
What strain you got?
Pink strawberry gelato.
Now I gotta grind some.
I just pulled out a nug, dude.
Now I gotta grind some.
Now I gotta grind some shit.
Let me grind one up.
Grind it up, Betty. That's great.
Jerry, I broke out the old Spinaroo Aroma 3 just for you.
Awesome.
But
One right here. Been using mine on nonstop.
Does yours have the grooves on the side, or is yours flat sided?
Like this?
Oh yeah, yours has the grooves as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one without the grooves and one with the grooves, or maybe two with the grooves.
I got the big black handles that I never use.
You got the big black what?
Those yeah, BBH, big black handles. That's funny, man. Yeah, I got those on here that I don't put on it. I just like it as it is. Dude, it's so pretty much
Grind some
what I
shit.
use all the time.
Grind some shit.
Now you got to grind some shit. I've got my Lotus packed and good, man. This little bad boy right here. Love this pipe.
So what's the deal on the Blue Lotus? Did you say how much the price is and all that stuff? Did you?
I didn't say. I want to say it's around 109 euros, but don't quote me on that. That's from memory, and my memory ain't that great. But I linked to it the other day on the post and saw it. And it was something like that. So.
So there's information available on troyandjerry.com. There's a post.
Yeah. Like, actually, let me go there real quick. If I go there,
you can actually be watching us right there, right now.
Right.
Isn't that a Van Halen song?
And the Blue Lotus is 119 euros. And I don't know what that turns into US. I just ended up on the Euro side, I guess, somehow. But it's under the Black Friday page. Like, it's not, you don't find it if you say it's not a Blue Lotus. It's a Black Friday. It's kind of funny. So
it's a Blue Friday.
Yeah, Blue Friday. Yeah. So anyhow, that's the scoop on that, man. So are you loaded and ready to roll? Can I heat this puppy up?
Well, here's the thing. 2 days ago, I said I should practice on the Lotus. But then I'm like, you know what? I want to be able to show off the fresh Lotus in the video.
Yeah.
And then I just sat in that turmoil. Like, so I didn't practice because I wanted to show a fresh, unscarred,
it's gorgeous
beauty, because it's so pretty. I don't blame you at all for not hitting it.
I'm just not gonna hit it tonight. I haven't taken all the photos I want with it, but I will hit it. I mean, I'll definitely use it. I'm not gonna let it sit there, but I'm not using it tonight. I got the beater. Man, the old school beater.
Where the fuck is my lighter tonight?
The one over there has a stir tool on it too. I wonder where my old one is that didn't have a stir tool.
Word. So the trick with the lighter length, and I'm actually going to use the Lotus torch. No, actually, no, this is the Vape Man torch. My bad. So this is a relatively short torch, which is the length of the cross, like 2 of these.
Yeah, from tip to tip on the petals. There's 6 petals, and you want the inner blue flame to be as long as the tip to tip. Not the halo and all that shit out there. Just the inside, the big blue flame inside. You want that to be that length. So
tip to tip.
Yeah, tip to tip, baby.
And that for heating technique.
If you don't like, if yours is a little shorter, then it'll feel like you can't get a good hit. You need to give it some oomph. It needs some flame. The bowl needs to be about no more than 3/4 packed. So you're kind of pushing it there, but that's Troy style. That's no problem. The only risk there is you might overcook the top compared to the bottom if it gets overpacked. So
it's not packed tight. Like if I poke it with the poker, I can poke a hole in it.
So you'll probably suck it down as soon as it'll compact as soon as you start to hit it. Then
yeah, it's real loose, bro. It's real loose.
In fact,
I just loose pack.
Like mine's about like that. Is where I'm at on this thing. So you can see that pack.
So you've been practicing. Can you show me? Can you show me your?
Yeah. So they say real easy. I haven't hit it on this yet, but I'm just going to go by the feel. As they say, you get that flame, you start heating the center in circular patterns, and do it for 3 seconds, and then start to hit it and keep doing it, and then don't adjust the flame. Keep it in the same position. Keep twirling during your hit. And if you want it hotter, go slower. If you want it cooler, inhale faster. That's the gas pedal.
Okay. That's how I do my sticky bricks too. Like I try to keep the flame consistent.
Right on. So this will feel good. All right, let's go in, man. Cheers.
All right, cheers, man.
Oh, wow, that's the best hit I've gotten yet, man.
It was delicious. Really nice, smooth hit. Really terpy. Wow. I love the glass J hook because I can see the vapor. Like I can get a visual response. I'm like, oh, that's some thick shit. I better inhale faster.
That helps.
Oh shit.
That helps, man. Use a stir tool and just kind of stir it a little bit. You don't have to get crazy stir, just jostle it up some. And then I go back in. I'll go back in for one more, usually every time, sometimes 3, unless I go too far. So yeah, that's actually semi-bear. That's a good bet right there. That's money. Mine was a little on the side like that, but a little more. I got a little uneven on that last one.
Yeah, that's okay for one hit, you know.
Right. I'm gonna go in for number 2.
You're gonna refrain from making poop jokes. Thank you very much. Although I guess by saying that I'm refraining from making the joke is still admitting that it was in my head. You just shut the fuck up and hit the goddamn vape, yeah? All right, sure.
Nice talk there, buddy. I like it. I found myself going back on my old school just habits where when I felt it get hot, I would pull away to kind of pop the clutch. I did that a couple times on that hit. As this thing is hitting on this pipe, smacking me, man. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty well done after 2 hits. See how we look there.
All right.
There you go. You can see it's kind of
You got a little dark, yeah?
a little further than I prefer on the top on that one. So
mine's
yeah, I'm glad I pulled away. I was overdoing it. The 3-second thing as far as starting, if it's done when my best hits are when the 3 seconds is right when it starts to glow. So that's about when I want to hit it.
Oh, you get it to glow.
Yeah, if I have my flame the right length and point it till that same length is touching the plate and do the circles, right around 3 seconds it starts to glow, or a little before, and that's when I start to go at it.
Okay.
And the glow will go away. It'll
yeah,
kind of like a dance.
Yeah, I try to not get it to glow. I try to hit it right before it starts to glow.
Right on. Well, maybe I need to back it off, and I might tunnel a little less. You know what I mean?
I don't know, but it's delicious.
Right? Smacking. I'm gonna do a little smaller load this time. This is a half or even a little less than half is what I'm doing on this one. You guys can see what's up. That's definitely a smaller load. I'm going way low on that. Why? Just for the hell of it, because you can. Right?
I feel like
it does.
Did they change anything along the way? Like, I feel like it tastes different than my other Lotus.
I don't know. I didn't pop the new one out. So that's
maybe it's the wood. Maybe it's
the wood is the only difference that well, that and the blue thing, of course.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's outside the vapor path, isn't it?
Right. I think the wood is in the vapor path, right? Yeah. So the wood is probably the most taste affecting thing in this thing, in my opinion, because that'll do it. Wood can add some flavor to the vapor for sure. Okay, I need to stay positive. Put your dabs away.
Yeah. I wasn't close to combustion at all. That was.
I'm
nice.
going in. I'm going in again. I'm gonna give the dab hopefuls another shot here. You ready?
You're going back in. You're gonna get. Oh my! You're gambling, but no, you're doing.
It's a
fine.
half load.
Figured out. You've been practicing.
It's a half load. You know, I'd be surprised if
half load. Don't.
Yeah.
I'm doing fine. That was wonderful. It is very clean. It's a very clean signature. The super subtle movements and interactions with your torch and the top disc of this have dramatic impacts. Like when you're in that little pocket of vapor zone, like when you're in the zone, get in the zone, 420 vape zone. When you're in that little zone, when you're in the pocket where like vapor's coming out nice, subtle changes to your technique can really improve it or disprove it. What's the opposite of improve? Whatever.
Prove and disprove. Prove and disprove. Is that what you're saying? Look at that. That's just one hit.
Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice. This is very nice. This is good for you. Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to get back in my Lotus saddle again, man. It's been a while since it was a regular, but damn.
So do we confirm that this is like Purple Heart?
Somebody in the chat said they were the same thing. I don't know. I don't know. Might be.
Okay.
Do we
I
need
just
to hit 'em up
remember
and find out? Is there a problem with Purple Heart? You said.
Yeah, well, I had another vape that was Purple Heart, and it every time I'd use it, I would get like super tingly lips and like tingly throat. Like I had a sensitivity to that wood type or whatever.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. Yeah. So I'm wondering if I'll get this now, and right now I feel it, but I feel like it just as well could be a placebo. You know, like hearing that it's Purple Heart, it's like, oh shit, here comes the tingly lips.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Wait, that was Purple Heart. Oh, now I'm gonna tingle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, it tastes super clean. Like I don't taste the wood. Like the olive wood has kind of its own signature, and I love it. That's kind of why I was like,
That one does. You're right.
you know, this one, I couldn't taste anything, at least in that herb. But the herb that I'm vaping is that blue strawberry runts.
Yeah.
That's some pretty potent terpy shit.
That stuff was real good too. That was my fave that we got as far as like chewing on for a while. You know what I mean? That was good. All right, dope.
Blur to the same.
Oh, that was fun.
That was fun. I really like this blue. And dude, I still looks brand new.
You hit that?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like you hit it.
You can see some little bit of torch tarnish right there in the center, right off the center.
They do send an extra, or they have.
Yep.
They sent us anyhow an extra base plate so that I could technically hit it and still have a pretty one for photos later.
For sure. Thank you for that.
Little mesh pad for concentrates. A little Allen wrench to take the screws off that are on the. Those are Allen head. Little fucking hex screws. Thingamajigs in there.
I'm always scared of taking shit apart nowadays.
Yeah, I would fuck up putting it back together. I'm pretty sure.
I used to be into RC cars, and every time I would like have to do a repair on something, it involved 20 different parts, and they're all different sizes, and they all had to go on in this right order. So I had like little dog food dishes or whatever, little bowls to like stack, put my parts in, and then if it was a new part, it would go into another bowl stacked in the same stack, and then I would use the stack to first in, last out kind of thing.
That's some detail right there.
I had to, otherwise it wouldn't go back together right. I hated it. I hated that shit. That's
yeah. I'm great at taking things apart. Putting them together, not my strong point.
Same, bro. We are on the same level. We're on the same level.
There's always a point now where I go, wait a minute. When I'm taking something apart, I go, okay, this I know this is the place where I'm about to go where I can't come back anymore. Like now it's not going to get fixed. Like I wish I'd had that discipline when I was trying to fix something on my car door. And I got to the point where I'd taken the whole thing apart. The whole panel was off. You could see all of the little metal poles that were working the cranks and all that shit. And the window, you could see the window going up and down inside the frame and all. And I was like, I couldn't put it back together. And then earlier with one of my older Volvos, I took out the center console, and dude, that was that was bad. Like that actually looked like shit, and I never got it back together. So I don't fuck with shit anymore, man. I don't do that. I mean, I do in this biz because I'm supposed to. Like I'll get a unit and tear it apart, but I'm not going to be able to. Yeah, I got to be trained for that. I was trained for that for the mini Vap. But if I've been trained for it, fuck that noise. So I'm trainable though. Trainable, bro. You could train me. Are you on mute or fucking with me?
Yeah, I was muted. Sorry about that.
Oh
shit, Jer. That was a great little bowl. I saw that the Lotus was available at V Goodies. Is V Goodies carrying the Blue Lotus too.
Pretty sure that's where it came from. Yeah. So I think he's got it there. Well, that would be a U.S. price then. Yeah.
Can we show that? Does he have it?
I don't have it, but I can look for it.
Oh yeah, I don't have my keyboard here either. Sorry.
My keyboard's right here, man. I just put it in here and we're good. It's my man rolling with you. Yeah, I'm 21, brother.
Are you?
Let's see here. Where would it be? Do you search this thing or recently added? That's going to be a newly added one, isn't it?
Shit if I know.
Yeah. Okay. Anyhow, here we go.
Black Friday.
Oh wait, here we go. He's got the Lotus. I don't see the blue one. Maybe he just forwarded like. Maybe they just because he does sell the Lotus. Like if you want the Lotus in the States, go to Be Goodies. They sell that thing.
Sure. Maybe there was just some special stuff for us included with their shipment or whatever. That's why it came from Be Goodies.
That's probably it because it'll cost some money to send something to you and to me.
Yeah.
Both of them from Italy.
Yeah.
Separately. So appreciate you, Scott. Thanks for helping them out with that, man. Small companies.
Yeah.
So thanks, brother.
Yeah, Be Goodies is great. He carries the Lotus, just not the blue one.
Okay. All right. They got in case you didn't catch what we were doing, it comes with this really cool instruction card that is consistent. Like it tells you everything we told you, and all you got to do is that. You do that, and you'll have great results. It shows you how to set the flame length and pack the bowl, how to heat it, when to hit it, all that kind of stuff, even some stuff on cleaning. Backside, they went ahead and break down the pieces for you. So if you ever have any questions about what's what, they call our screens, they call them sieves or sieves, however you want to say that. So there you go. Pretty cool stuff. So that's our boys over there at Vapman. Anyhow, appreciate the guys at Vapman. Those guys are cool. Every now and then they come out with something and sponsor a single night of the show, and that's what they're doing tonight. That's why they got the logos down there, and we got the Lotus and the Vapman because the same company. They bought them up. And anyhow, we appreciate their support, and we dig their dig their vapes, man. I'm so stoked that they're saving these things, dude.
Hell yeah. Great little vapes, great rituals,
Right.
And if you're into these little torch vapes like the Lotus, you also be into Dynavap. They're also a sponsor of the show. You can go to dynavap.com/Troy and Jerry and save 10% on Dynavap.
That's right.
Dynavap.
Start your shopping there.
I've got a little bit of a different strain of EAS. And it drives me in some pretty interesting directions. Sometimes the VAS gets a hold of me and is like, oh, well, thank you for that, Dynavap.
It's so good, man.
Little Owen Wilson tap in there.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Dynavap, another badass, proud sponsor of the show. Great for these little torch vapes. Dude, I went looking for my woodwind the other day and I had to mine was lost. You used it and then I had to remember.
Oh, it's in the Futo stash.
Yeah.
You find it. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
I found it. I hunted it down. But yeah,
that's awesome.
I went to hit it and I was like, fuck, like, where is it? And it confirmed for me, like, the woodwind is legit my favorite right now. Like,
right.
Like, I've got a jar of Dynavaps on my cart. I know the woodwind is not there. And I'm like, where's the woodwind? Like, that the one that I want to vape on.
None of you will do.
None of you will do.
Dude, I'm with you, man. It's a dope vape. I right now I'm fucking around with it with a Semrel stinger on it for that intercooler just to cool it down some. And so I haven't taken that off yet. Oh, I got a fresh load in here too. Cool. Oh, I don't see why I don't hit that then. You can't put that back. To the woodwind. and fresh bowls that were loaded and left behind.
Hell yeah. Oh, you're gonna vape whatever's left in there.
I can't put it back, right? Like that was left for me, obviously, for now. I just found it. So doesn't it seem like it was meant to be vaped right now?
think about our thoughts and who we are as an individual, we are a compilation of all of our experiences and our relationships.
Dude, I vibe with all of those. They're awesome, man.
So much.
Oh my gosh, man. George in there, and then Josh with the fucking helmet. I love it, man. That's just it looks like something that they would actually do too. Like it's perfect for their style, man. I love it.
For real.
That's fucking great, man. I had a great hit behind that. It's fucking awesome. So yeah, dude, that's good stuff. Here's my
Well,
one
Jerry.
hit woodwind. One hit on that. I'm done with it, by the way. At that point, I've had enough. So what were you gonna say, bud?
I was gonna say, you ready to hit that shit?
My God, I love that you can play it over and over again.
So yeah, people have been asking a lot of questions, but there have been a lot of talk around this thing, and it's not hot right now. Let me confirm that it's not.
Very good.
Hot.
Yours is off. Yes, good, because we're gonna take it apart for you, folks.
We're gonna take it apart. It's not together right now. It's not the way that it came to me. So we'll get into that right now.
Gotcha.
But, on the outside, the Flower Kettle, stainless steel head with a dab surface up here. Like you can drop a dab here, and it has this titanium carb cap that comes with.
That's a Cannabis Hardware carb cap too. It's just standard.
Is it?
That's their. I'm pretty sure that's what it's from another company, and I thought he said Cannabis Hardware. So I mean, you can get that anywhere. So
I apologize if I was not paying full attention, but yeah. So the coil's in the midsection. This part up on top here threads off. Snooky dookie.
It's coming. There we go.
And inside there,
full of balls.
Right. Come on. Right. So right now these are 3 millimeter sick balls.
Balls of sick.
Big old heads. This is a heavy motherfucking cap.
Yeah, stainless steel. Like most people out there making ball vapes are rolling with titanium, and my boy comes out with the stainless steel thing, man. So it's a different take.
So it came with 4 millimeter Zerk balls. So these are
ceramic,
zirconia, right? Balls.
Yeah. Okay.
Big old white balls. I guess they're not very big, but compared to these, they're pretty big.
And you've already replaced those with the sick, apparently.
Yeah. So I ran a couple of sessions with. Well, let me finish the physical here. We got the injector, and then unlike other injectors, when you look straight up into this, you cannot see the source of the heat until you get at an angle. And then all of these little holes here are where the heat comes out. So when you're in an injector bowl like this, the heat is way up in here in the coil. And then you have this big stainless steel nipple that is not as hot as the balls. That's taking away or buffering the intensity of the heat. And then the heat has to turn 90 degrees through more stainless steel nipples to buffer the heat. And then it hits the glass to buffer the heat. And then the air turns left again and goes into the herb. So there's a whole lot of like thermal buffer in between the balls.
Yeah.
So when I swapped from the zirconium 4 millimeter to the 3 millimeter Zerk, or to the 3 millimeter sick,
right on,
I expected to see a big difference but it wasn't really a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of weird. it was kind of weird.
Yeah, whatever he's doing down bottom on the bottom half where he's diffusing everything, he's done it so much to it just doesn't matter what you do up top. Everything comes out the same, homogenized, whatever. And I don't even know if you have to have much in there at all. I mean, I literally think you could just dump anything you want in there. But you've got the sick balls that a little lower on the tray. There you go. Oh, there they go running. Nice.
All right. So now that this head is apart,
now you can show us the inside.
So down inside there, see there's a little pipe screen. Whoop. Get that little pipe screen out of there. Whoop.
Did it just come out?
It's just one of these little guys.
Yeah. And then it's empty. Now you had a something in there when you got it, right?
Yes. So along with these zirconium balls, there is a hollow quartz pillar.
Okay.
So this little guy, Troy and Jerry. Oh shit balls! All right. So this little guy was down in there in the injector nozzle, like down here in the hollow part. So fuck my tits.
There you go. I dumped it all out and didn't know what was up and thought that everything was above the screen, guys. It took me forever.
Hilarious.
That goes below the screen. So
yeah. So with that there and balls above it, when you inhale hard enough, it spins around or it rattles around. I still think it still deducts heat, so it's a thermal buffer. So right. I took it the fuck out. So I took it out and put it back together with just the screen and the sick balls. But again, changing from Zerk to sick, 4 mil to 3 mil, did make a difference. I thought that I was going to have to lower the temperature because with the Zerk balls, I had to run the thing at like 700 degrees to get any sort of performance that I was looking for. And we'll get there. I'm going to turn this thing on. So that's why I swapped the balls. So I thought, swap the balls. That's going to make this thing run more in the neighborhood of the ball vapes that I'm typically used to.
Yep.
I don't want balls to dump down into the nozzle. You know what I mean?
So you just put the screen in, right? Now you're about to put the balls in there?
Yeah, but I dumped the balls. Well, I think I'm going to put the Zerk balls back in there now, just because it didn't make a difference.
Oh, right on. What about the rod? You going to put that fucker in?
No, I'm not putting that fucker back in.
All right, that'll work. Mine is as it came with both the white balls and the rod in there. And I haven't really noticed anything like any noise or swirling or anything with the rod.
You got to really, really hit it hard.
Yeah.
To make that little quartz rod wiggle.
Well, that's not my style, which is probably why I never did that shit. So, no, you can also, we talked about dabbing off the top of this. I'm not interested. I know some people are fine with that. It's very sublimator style. Like I forgot that one of the things that the sublimator did. Remember, the sublimator is the inspiration for this, guys. Like if the sublimator has it, this is going for it. And what the sublimator had is the heater was, I forget how it went together. I think I took it apart at one point. But anyhow, on top of it was this big hunk of metal with these inlet holes for the air to come in and swirl around. And what they told you is if you wanted to dab with it, just take your dab and poke it on that inlet hole, and it'll just get sucked right into everything with it. And so that's what people did. And so that was that. We're talking a ways back, man. This feels like it was 10 years ago. It might have been 8 years ago. I don't know. The sublimator doing its thing was a long time ago. It had its own little controversy there. The guy was talking about gasification and all kinds of weird shit. And we're all just going, bro, it's just hot air, man. Shut the fuck up. And so I forget his name too. I don't know what it is, but anyhow, it was one of those fun times. And but the vape is gorgeous. The rigs that they put together are amazing. And I had one of the very first ones, the one where it was the Adapta bong or whatever, where you could just put it on any bong.
Yeah,
And,
the sublimator.
Yeah, one of the first models, the ones that were about $300 or $350 when they came out, and you could put them on any bong. And so, like, what's cool about what he's doing is, and this is why I'm excited about when he gets that bottom piece that we'll talk about, is that's what the sublimator was. It was a long metal bowl and down stem, all one piece with a screen in it. And you would put the head on there, and the fucker, you'd let it sit there until it got hot. Like, I mean, you'd wait for shit to stabilize, and they had a little controller off to the side you could use. And then you'd take the head off and scoop your herb and chuck it in there and hope it hit the bottom and didn't hit the sides and instantly melt and get stuck, and then throw the head on and then hit that fucker before it all just got, you lost every terp to anything. And it was a real fast ritual. For me, it wasn't relaxing at all, but it was interesting. It definitely created a different signature. And it was at a time when there were very few heavy hitters. I mean, like the Silver Surfer was one of the heaviest hitters back then. And this thing came out and kind of did something different with a big hot hunk of metal. And anyhow, our guy Jerry, I love his name, who does this thing. It's his favorite vape, and they're not doing shit anymore. So he's like, "Fuck it, man, let's get to town." So the balls are literally there by consequence. We just needed to heat the fucker somehow. And right now everybody's doing great with balls, so why not just use balls? So that's why the bottom is still the way it is, to kind of homogenize the heat source reliance out of the picture. So yeah, I think you can put whatever you want in there, man. You literally could probably throw anything that will get hot in that chamber, and it'll still sublimator kind of thing. Because the sublimator, what it did was the air came down and hit the sides like you showed. That was what was special about, or different about, the sublimator. But it was going into a metal bowl and like immediately fucking shit up. So anyway, he's going to come out with one of those. Right now we got glass bowls. We got these glass bowls right here to go with, and they're all a little different. This one is the deepest one, and is the one that I used mostly, Troy, because it's kind of like how I vape, right? It's like how I used to use my herborizer. It's how I use my ball vapes. I like injector vapes. I like to see my injector go in there and stop a couple millimeters above the load, and then I'm good to go. And these two were too short for it. Motherfucker goes right on in and just hits the bottom. So I was like, what's this all about? Well, sure shit. He does these videos all the time. And when he does a small load, it goes right on there. And because this doesn't get as hot, it doesn't burn the weed. It'll brown it, but it doesn't burn it. So he's getting those massive hits off little loads by taking this head and plopping it right on the fucking herb. Sometimes herb and concentrate. So
and that's the best way to get it to perform, in my opinion, or like in all the ways that I've experienced. Doing it with the shallow bowl where it almost bottoms out, or that nipple like wedges itself right down into your weed. That's the most intense vapor that I can get out of this thing, doing that.
What temperature did you like on the dial for that style, for that one?
Set like 700, 690.
Okay, because I've got mine at 700 right now, and I wasn't sure. I thought I was at 750 for the injector style instead of just laying it right on the bed. Right on the bed is 700.
Honestly, I just don't feel comfortable cranking it up that freaking high. You know,
like, and it's interesting. He designed it that way too. Like that way, he's like, yeah, you got to turn it way up. I'm like, I don't turn anything that high up. Like that's taxing shit, right? But you turn it way up.
Yeah, and it does take a while to heat up because it's stainless steel. So we did a little session with him, and he talked about it. We have a little clip that we can play here.
Yeah, he'll explain it for you.
Yeah, so basically, I was lucky enough to get a sublimator kit. He never came out with the rest of it. I was able to put the Orion head onto that, fire it up, but I liked how basically, your herb wasn't getting roasted straight down. Every other injector head came straight down, minus the herborizer. So the herborizer, I based the design off of also, because if you're familiar with that, you can see that it goes into glass and it has little divots there, so your air is basically flowering off the tip, kind of. You know what I mean? It's not per se going straight down on that load. When the heat, for me anyway, when it went down straight on the load, like I have the B1 as well, with the screen there. So you would roast it, and then if you did another hit, you're re-roasting what you just roasted. So because of how the air was hitting it. So with this design and the sublimator design, I like the hit that you can turn it up to higher temperatures. And it was hitting the glass first. Like when you're sitting in a bowl now and you see the holes there, the air's coming out, it's hitting against that glass first. So the hot air's hitting the glass, then it's hitting your load. So you're not per se, you're not coming straight down and cooking it, recooking. Your glass heated air is hitting the load, and that's where you get the better flavor from. You're not having a stainless steel screen per se, or stainless steel head here just coming down right off stainless steel. So the balls inside, it doesn't really matter what you have in there. Rubies, zirconia, SiC. The SiC I think gets a little hotter than the Zirc. But the Zirc, the 4mm gives you a little more airflow on it.
How much do you want me to put in? Like, am I gonna
I'd say 0.1, 0.2. That's all. Just a little 0.1, 0.2. It works pretty good on full nugs too. You could slam a full nug in there and smash it down, and then take a couple rips, flip it, take another couple rips, and then break it down, and then put it back in there. It works pretty cool.
When you're all said and done, you put the head in there. It's sitting right on top of the herbs. Is it buried into the herbs? What's going on there?
It's touching. Well, I only got like probably 1.1. It's sitting right on top, pretty much. Yeah. So it's conductive.
And the air is still going to hit the glass. It's not going straight into the herb, right? It's hitting your glass first.
Yeah, it's still going to hit the glass first because of the draw speed. If you want to do it slow, it'll build slow. I mean, you can rip it as hard as you want. So, I'm going to rip it. So here you go.
All right. That's a big fat rip. That was.
Yeah, did he say what temperature he was running?
If he did, I missed it, but I'm pretty sure it was way up there. Like when we talked about 700, he said that's what he was up into. So he wasn't like surprised at all. He was like, yeah, 700s, get it up there, get hot. So,
okay.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly.
I ended up filling mine with about half SiC and half Zirc.
Sweet.
Just because it was hard to scoop up the SiC balls with my fingers in that tray, but
right.
Plus, it didn't make a huge difference. Like he said, like it didn't make a big difference. The SiC were a little tighter, but
okay.
I see. This is kind of where my vape inhalation preference conundrum comes in now. So like since I started vaping on the Venti, that open airflow has changed my way that I hit my ball vapes.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm hitting these injectors, I used to be like, fucking hoover the fuck out of it, and I would tune the temperature to run like that. Mm-hmm. Now I'm a little more casual with it. I'm a little more, just riding it, just breathing, just inhaling.
Nice.
So now when I hit this, in order to get anything that resembles like a ball vape performance, you gotta fucking pull through it. And it's kind of, it's not tight, but it's not. She's not loose. She's not like a other ball vape.
She's not loose.
It's not like other ball vapes at all.
I don't think it belongs in the ball vape category because that's not what he was trying to do. He just uses balls to power it, and that just shows the versatility of the balls. I mean, that's just fucking great that you can even. Hey, why don't we use that to power some totally different style? You know what I mean?
Good point. He wasn't trying to build a ball vape. He was building the next sublimator experience, basically, like basing his ritual off the sublimator, what he likes from the sublimator. He was building a modern version of it. I can respect that.
Yeah. And I think he's done a great job on the head. I think he's made it better in some ways. If you wanted to dab on that fucking thing, this is way better to dab on than what the sublimator did, but people did it all the time. So he's made improvements on that shit. But for me, it's not complete yet. Like, he's got these glass bowls that you can use, and they are an experience. But guys, at the beginning of next year, he wants to have he wants to release this heated bowl that he showed us, Troy. And this excites me. This is a metal bowl similar to the sublimator bowl, but instead of plopping the head on and making it, you get an equalize the temp before you hit it for a while. The bottom has its own PID and heater on it. And you can set 2 different tips and just throw it in and put it on and good to go. And that could really change things. And still, it's not a ball vape. It'll be a sublimator. So it's a different style. It's a different signature. I think he did a good job of running with the signature on this. When I hit it, it felt like, oh yeah, I remember the sublimator.
Okay.
The sublimator had a signature that for me was very what I would describe back then as sativa. I would hit that before I would go out somewhere because I'd be very uppy and chatty and aware and alert, all having fun. It rarely put me to sleep. But what it did do, and I was one of only about 3 people I know that did this too. So this was not common because I wanted to know, is this happening to anybody else? And I'm like, no. I've talked before about how you can get signature tolerance and get used to a vape and you need to get off it and start, hitting something else. The sublimator was the vape that I had that happen the quickest. I could hit that thing as my daily driver for a week, and by then it didn't even get me high. Like, I was like, what the fuck? I had to switch up vapes. And so it was weird for me that way. I was one of only a couple that I knew that did that. So, but that's why I remember it so much, Troy. It isn't like I haven't hit it in a long time because I haven't had it, but it's because of that. So my balls are special, man. So anyhow, I think he did a good job running with the sublimator concept. And I think early next year, if he does what he can, the package will be complete and it'll be worth it. But if you're out looking for a ball vape and you want a ball vape hit, that's not what's going on here. Is different. And I'm ready to hit the sucker with on the bed style. Are you heated up yet?
I mean, I think so. I don't know. Stainless steel takes a while to get fully warm, and I don't recall how long ago I turned it on. I was thinking about that comment, all my balls are special. Sounds like a fucking country song.
It does.
All my balls.
Now that I got it to focus, check this out.
I'll hang them from the cherry tree.
We're going to go right on that shit.
Smush them down. Smush them down.
And it started to mist a little bit.
It's been at least 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, cool. I'm going to try it too, since I'll show you the.
And I'm set to 700. I'm shocked that doesn't burn anything. Now, it did get kind of, it got dark in there. God damn, I'm trying to cover my face. There we go. So it got dark in there. But that's not penalty dabbish. There's the bottom for you. Now, did you see, it's even then, it's a little light compared to what you usually get with your typical ball vape that just shoots straight out the bottom. It's a different style altogether. It's got a different feel, a different aftertaste. It's different. Maybe that's just a lower temperature kind of hit that I'm getting because of this thing. I'm going to turn that shit up even. Well, let me look at it first. I'm getting high. I'm getting high, Troy. I don't know about you, but I'm getting high. That's worth another shot now that I've spun it around.
I had it fucking perfectly focused before. There.
That's about what I got. Yeah, nice. There you go. Just crushing that fucker down, and
you can see the shape that the injector nipple tip left. And even though it's connected, it's just not hot enough to like catch fire. Even though this thing is running at 715, 720 right now, and there's the fit on that right there.
Okay, now on the second hit, I felt like that's starting to get roasty, burny, and that's what I've got afterwards there. Yeah, so about the same as you, Troy. We're getting the same results. It's consistent, if nothing else. Well, now I'm going to turn the fucker up and go into bigger bowl mode. So I'm going to go up to 750 on this one. Maybe even 760. Why not? I mean, it ain't gonna hurt the weed, that's for sure. I mean, the way it diffuses everything over and over and over again before it ever gets out of there, it's not it could be an issue.
What does the taste remind me of? Man, my desktop surface is all fucked up. All fucked up.
Sorry about that, man. Yeah. Do you have any taste comments?
It kind of reminds me of like a shovel head kind of roast, but it's not the same. It's not the same. It's a little more abrupt, a little less refined than anything.
Perfect.
See, it's a little uneven. You can see some dark, see some lights, but it's spent.
Yeah. And that's what you'd expect with something that comes in direct contact. You put the heater on the herb, that's what you get.
Yeah. So I'm gonna swap out. I don't. Well, this is the fastest extraction I can do with this device. I actually don't like this experience with this bowl, so I'm gonna go back to the typical injector bowl.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to the big bowl that he sent.
This way I can show you what this vape does as a ball vape. Like if just full inhalation, full airflow. What can these balls do? What can these balls do?
Yeah, we'll see what they can do. I'm going to pack this one up here too. So
in the meantime, I think now this might scare some of you. So if you're a big scaredy cat like me, you might want to close your eyes. But I think Planet of the Vapes is still having some sales going on right now.
Hey Troy, I'm scared.
Jerry, there's nothing to be scared about. It's the Planet of the Vape Cyber Week sale.
Oh wow, you can get an OG Mighty for $240.
And a Volcano Hybrid for $525.
The place you buy your vapes.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. When I first watched that shit last night, I was super baked, and I got so goddamn scared. Like I'm like, well, that's it. I'm not going to bed tonight. Like turned on all the fucking lights. Like that shit.
that is hilarious. That's some funny shit, man. Yeah, they're still doing their sale over there, man. So it's a good sale too. We talked about it before a little bit, so I won't go into it, but they're extending it. So keep going.
I'm gonna load a little bit more just to fill the bowl to the line that I would load with, like the Terp Hammer or with the Jane, which is what I've been running lately.
This is what I got in the bowl.
Speaking
Back,
of
and it's kind of tamped down. I tamped that shit down. The injector is going to go to right about here, I think. Probably right about there. So I'll have space this time. And I'm at 760, so about ready to rip.
No, I want to give it a minute, man. Like I raised my temperature and I turned on my injector, and I had like a weird flashback of when I watched that video like last night. I don't know.
Troy's not with us, man.
Dude, a kind of a moment that I'm kind of proud of. I got a new car, and I didn't have to lie and use my previous employer as my job. Like I was finally able to like self-employed 420 vape zone. Ta-da.
That's dope, man. Congrats.
Yeah. Like the first time I tried, they were like, nope, this ain't gonna work. And I'm like, oh, well, I do have a job, you know.
Good thing I have this.
And I did at the time. I was just like moved to a consultant type of thing. So it was, yeah, it was stretching it.
That's dope, man. Way to go.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Also, the new car is fucking sweet.
Yeah, I can't wait to ride in it, man. Tell me about
it. I didn't want a sunroof, but I knew that the one on the lot had a sunroof, so got the one with the sunroof. But that would paying for the one with the sunroof.
Nice. So have you been running around with it open the whole time?
Just today. Today was the first day that we've actually had it. It's like we brought it home last night. Yeah, it's like got the big Tesla sized, like full sunroof.
Whoa, that's nice. Fuck, that would have been awesome when we were driving all over the beach.
Dude, yeah, you could have stood up and been showing your titties to everybody in Orange County.
I need to come back down and do that. That'll be fun, man.
You could have been standing up, dabbing on the freeway. It's a felony, but I mean, you could have done it.
Who cares? Nobody cares if I do that. Just let them do it. That's fantastic. Well, good, man. Congrats. Okay, I wanna do that. That sounds like an awesome sunroof. I need one of those.
Yeah, it's nice. Oh, and it has like all the like self-steering shit. So, like when I go down the road, if I don't turn, it like turns for me.
It was already doing the pedals and brakes for you. Now it's doing the steering wheel too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's scary. Are you used to it yet?
No, it's scary, dude. Earlier, I swear it was trying to drive into the car next to us. I swear it was. Like I could feel like the force feedback of the wheel.
Yeah,
it was steering towards the car next to us. And I was like, no, motherfucker.
Yeah, wow. Fucking A, man. What damn. So it's got all that little monitoring radar stuff and it's running into the car next to you.
I mean, maybe it wouldn't have. I don't know. Like maybe it's smarter than I give it credit for. But yeah, it was a trip on the first drive today.
So what do? You just get in the car, you turn on the thing, you get to the GPS, you say, I'm going to whoop-de-doos.
No, I still gotta drive it. I still gotta drive it. But once I'm on like a real road, with stripes, like it can manage. It can manage.
Okay.
Like on the highway, I see you still want to have your hands on the wheel and you want to be in control. But in terms of like little lane adjustments and shit like that,
yeah.
If you miss, it totally controls it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Can you also adjust the aggression level like we talked about?
You can turn how sporty or how normal it is.
Oh, they call it sporty? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, the salesman turned mine way down when he handed it to us, and I was like, all right, well, we'll try it this way. You saw how I had my previous one set up. I had it set up pretty aggressive,
and it looked pretty easy to change too. And
bro, was it Sunday? That shit almost ran a red light for me.
Whoa!
Like I had the cruise set at like 58, and we came to a red light, and there was a car in front of me. So the cruise control sensed the car, and it was just maintaining its distance, and it saw that the car was coming to a stop, and we were coming to a stop with it. And probably 4 car lengths in front of the light, the guy in front of me decided he's gonna turn right. So he switches to the turn lane. Now the cruise control is like, fucking lane's clear, back to 58, and it's in full sport mode. So it's like, whoa, and like the turbo kicks in. And I'm like, no, but I had to like stomp on the brakes and shit.
You're sitting at a red light, right? Like it's about to
run
a red
light.
Red.
Yeah, it was a red light.
Oh, it was about to punch it.
Yeah, it dude, the auto car, it punched it like it was gonna fucking go.
That's scary, man.
I ran way the fuck up,
bro. I mean, it's fun to drive. I don't need that shit. Why is it the AI just hit us and the first thing we want to do is make it drive us around? Like that's fucking scary, man. Like I don't want it in charge of my body moving fast through time and space. Fuck that noise, man. Like it'll slap me up against a wall or a fucking road or a mountain or a tree. I got no control over that shit.
Once our society operates with that level of efficiency, Like once everything is automated, the efficiency can be turned way up, which means the speeds can be turned way up. So traveling in like an automated way will be a lot faster, more efficient when it's at critical mass and everybody's using it.
I get that. That's a nice vision. I'm just not stoked being in the part where we're all like being learned on to get there. Because that shit's about to run you through a red light, man. Like, what happens then? The cop can give you a ticket? Nah, dude, it wasn't me. It was the car. Fuck off. Give me your license.
No, it's still like it's still the driver that's responsible for using the tool, you know.
Yeah, but if you're sitting at a red light and all of a sudden your car just starts fucking hauling ass right through, just floors it right. The
misuse of cruise control on me, I guess.
Damn, that would be like. I mean, I'm not sure I'd be ready for that. That's a pull. You know what I mean? Like I'm probably sitting with my foot on the brake, but not ready for that. So anyhow, yeah, okay. I don't need that in my life right now, but it sounds cool.
Yeah. If I had been doing something stupid, relying on the car, it would have been a very bad situation. But I wasn't doing anything stupid.
No. Stupid car.
Just want to get my mail.
That's right. Hey, it's time to hit this shit.
Yeah, man. I using the regular injector bowl. So there's the fitting. Plenty of space.
Yeah, me too.
I'm at 720. I'm at 720.
760.
760. All right.
Yeah.
Cheers. It's terpy. Terpy enough to make me cough. Not a super intense ball-like roast, but it's got a roast.
Wish I would focus. I don't have any burns or overdones. I mean, it definitely diffuses the shit out of whatever you throw at it. So
I pulled as hard as I fucking could, and I hated every bit of it. How I had to pull so hard just to like get the ball-like performance. When I was vaping the other night with you, I found that I got the best hit when I was hitting casually.
Yeah.
And the fourth hit had the most power. So like it took four inhales for the nipple to like get heat soaked enough for like the fourth hit to like really deliver like the oomph of balls with that inhale.
All right. Well, that was my first, and it was pretty decent. Let's see what I get next then. And yeah, I take it slow, and usually about 4 or 5 seconds in it, I can tell it's starting to thicken up. It's got a restriction to it.
Yeah, it's hot.
Oh yeah, let me see what I'm doing.
You can feel the heat.
I'm still looking good here. There's no fucking way. It will not focus for me. Fuck you. I gotta figure this out someday. So I'll stir it just because I got it out. Like, why the fuck not? So, after this hit here, unless it like really thickens up and gets amazing, I am Ghost Lion. I'm stirring between hits. I'm gonna put a nugget in there next time because he said in that clip, he said throw a nugget in and you can take a couple hits, flip it, take a couple hits, and then of course I love the crumble. So Penny, what are your thoughts, big boy?
I feel like I could probably hit it again, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I feel the same way after 3.
Yeah, and previously with this, I was getting 5 or 6 hits. Like I could take 5 or 6 hits on the same bowl with this injector bowl. Yeah, and I found the 4th hit was generally the best. Yeah, that looks really light, Jerry.
760.
You're at 760. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm at 720, and I'm pulling as hard as I can. But I can feel the heat. You know, I can feel the harshness that the heat creates at that level. So I don't want to go any hotter, just to get more like convection performance.
Right.
It's not designed as a intense convection vape. It's designed as a, what is it? Buffered convection.
Mm-hmm.
It's a buffered convection radiant vape.
It's a sublimator, man. Enrico, that was a dude's name. So the guy who did the sublimator, his name was Enrico, and he'd run all over the place talking about how this did it didn't vaporize, it sublimated. And we're like, what the fuck? And he was doing some shit, and he wasn't like a scientist, man. He was just a European stoner, man. Like he was making some cool, fun times. So he was running around doing that kind of shit. And never really went anywhere with it, but somebody has the design somewhere. Anyhow, it's pretty fucking dope. I'm kind of again, for me, it's not finished because what you really need is a metal bowl that you can sit this fucker on, and it just gets hot. But his heated bowl is going to be even better. So once again, I think he's kind of taken that different approach, that different style, that different result, and kind of brought it back, which I appreciate. I really do feel like this. I feel like it's a good tribute to the sublimator. Like it reminds me of the sublimator, if that makes sense. So well
cool.
Done on that front. Well done on that.
That's cool. Yeah. When I got it in its pocket, the first thing it reminded me of was the Vaporizer. And I don't have a sublimator. I've never tried a sublimator, so I don't know what that experience is like. So yeah, to me, the first thing it reminded me of was the Vaporizer. And I remember when I got that Vaporizer, and I didn't really get into it. You know, it wasn't really scratching my balls the way I wanted it to. And because I was on ball vapes at the time already. Remember, like I was on the SSV 43 or something like that.
Yeah.
So the Vaporizer was I had to crank it up to like 750.
I remember that, man.
To make it hit the way I wanted it, and it was pretty harsh when you crank it that hot.
Yeah.
And then you were like, no, man, you got to run it a little lower, and you got to like chew into your bowls a little bit, take it easy, you know.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, so this is a different experience. It's a great experience, especially for being efficient with your weed. Like if you only want to vape like a gram a day and you want your night session to be a half gram, like those slower vapes will almost get you a little higher, like a different type of different level of high. Whereas the ball vapes deliver like a super intense, like massive level of extraction. It's almost just like a different way of graphing the high. Like the ball vape has like a higher peak, but maybe a shorter ride out. And some of those longer session vapes have a lower peak, but a longer plateau.
Yeah, the ball vapes will just chew through your weed immediately and give you everything. Whereas a session vape, like you said, the Vaporizer, or even something like this, the way I'm using it, you can kind of draw the line and really, like you said, be even more efficient. Like you could take this weed, hit it in the morning or the midday, take 2 or 3 hits with stirs in between, set the bowl aside, come back at night, hit the same bowl. And it's not like other vapes that kind of overcook it in the process. You really can like cap what you get out of it and have something substantial in the evening to put you to sleep or something. So I kind of like that whole dance. I think that at some point, I mentioned this in a meeting with somebody the other day. I was like, we're nowhere near this point in time right now, but the pendulum will swing back at some point, and we're going to find that happy medium between that really long session and that really fast extraction. Where's the sweet spot for people to really enjoy the dance and get punched in the face at the end of the song? You know what I mean? Be fun.
Yep.
I'm gonna hit this again. I flipped my nugget over while we were talking, so now I'm going on the back side of the nugget here. And I got no visible vapor last time, just very much flavor.
Wait, you got no visible vapor?
Flavor. Yeah, I got like wisps on those 2 hits that I took on it.
Oh, okay.
And I'm still at 760, but I got a big distance between everything, between the heater and the herb. That's a huge gap, and it's a nugget. So I don't expect much out of this until I crumble it, which is not happening now.
Have you tried whole nugging that thing, man? You're like the king of whole nugs.
You're watching me do it now.
Oh, really? Shit, I must have been high. My bad.
I literally just told you this is my next. I just flipped the nugget and I'm going in.
Really? Damn it.
I mean, you were high. I love it, dude. It's funny.
So what happens, man? And this happens. This is like a lifelong problem. Is like I'll have like an internal dialogue of thoughts. So I'll be like I'll be trying to listen to whoever's speaking to me, but like in between their words, like my inner voice, it has like three to 5 words on you, like every time. So like the inner me, has the thinking that's just like fast and distracted constantly. So sometimes I find myself like staring at a person and like hearing the words and like catching the cues, and my thoughts are just like racing somewhere completely different. You know, it's
You do that too, man. That's the worst part of me. I think I frustrate so many people I care about with that shit.
Yeah, dude, I hate it.
Yeah, I've been doing that I was a pro at it in high school. Like it was obvious by then. You know, I had friends who were like, "What the fuck is with you, man?" Like you'll sit there and watch her and listen to her and all, and then she'll say something, and you'll immediately ask a question about what she just said, and the whole class is like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "I don't what," you know. And then I do it all the time. I had friends call me on it, family, my wife and kids can't stand it. I'm like, there's something about it. It's like I don't know if it's just not being in the moment. You know, it's not being what's that word? We were, you know, the mindful. Maybe it's just not being mindful. It's just always being distracted, always on to the next thing, you know?
Dude, reading is the worst for me. Like when I'm reading, like my eyes will be scanning the words. I'll be fucking moving through the pages and shit and flipping the pages, but my brain is like thinking about this time when I was in 8th grade and this girl that I was dating apparently had a boyfriend from a different school, and he came to my school to beat me up. And like there was this whole ordeal of walking home from school with these guys behind me that were going to beat me up, and like flipping through 9 pages of this book that I was like, suddenly I'm like, holy shit, when did I stop reading? And I got to like flip back through trying to figure out where in this book I was actually last reading.
Dude, then you go back, you read it, and then the worst is when you do that like 2 or 3 times in a row and you've read the same fucking pages 4 times. Like, God damn it, what's wrong with me? I can't comprehend anything I read.
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to drive me nuts. Now
Read does help me with that. Like I hyper focus, but you still have to have the discipline and like the fucking motivation to do it. So like make your plans, then get high and do it. Don't get high and then try to make plans to do things.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I agree. I just crumbled that bowl while you went through that. So I'm ready for a fresh crumble hit. This should be good. Not massive, because so far I haven't found massive on this dial, but it should be good. Every second of soak helps it.
You're going to hit that again. So I'm going to do something a little different. I want to show you something special. I just learned about this today and should have known because this Lotus WPA works so well on so many little vapes. Today I found out that if I pull out the cannabis hardware Jane, the injector, slap on
that works
on that little WPA, make it like a little diffuser bowl. How about that?
I fucking love it.
How about that?
And so you're getting some spanking hits with that shit, aren't you?
I tried it once earlier, and I pretty much had to go take a nap. Like from a small bowl. Like it had so much convection.
Yeah,
it was like a really intense convection because it's like a narrowed air path with this 18 mil injector. But then the added conduction from that metal bowl, it gets all that radiant heat like real quick. So you get a lot of vapor from a tiny amount. And it has that thorough roast to it from the hybrid heating. It really spanked me, bro. It really did.
Not surprised, dude. Not surprised.
Ready to try it?
I'm ready for you to try it. I don't have that injector. I want to see you crunch it though. Are you pretty much one and done in that sucker?
I don't know. Last time I got 2 hits on it, but to be honest, the first time I hit it, I chicken shitted it and I pulled away like 2 or 3 times because I thought I was going to combust. Like it looked righteous, man. It looked like White Walls of Dover type shit. It was like whoa, like. So I pulled it away because I thought I was going to combust a couple times, but this time I'm committed to it. I'm committed to it. I don't think it's going to combust. I got my Jane running at 615 on the Cannabis Hardware Bliss. I think this one is down here. This is the one with the coil and the PID. So the PID side has been running the Flower Kettle with the stand. Cannabis hardware stand, and the coil has the Jane injector.
That's dope. I love that as a stand too, man. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude, I love this thing.
Lotus Bowl has a long history of being useful with other vapes. Tons of them. I don't remember all of them, but they're out there. You read the Lotus thread on a fuck combustion site, you'll see multiple times everything just breaks down because people are talking about the different vapes that work with the bowl.
You see my burl?
I sure did. Look good, man.
Ready to rock this shit?
Yeah, I want to see it, man. What you got? Where's the heater? How long did you go right away or you let it soak?
I don't think I'm gonna let it soak for too long. I'm just gonna go in.
That fits redonk, man. That's crazy. Look at that. When things just work. Dude, is that? Did you overdo it? Are we dabbing or was that all vapor? That was thick. That looked like vape. That's vapor, isn't it?
Fucking firecracker. Wow.
Yeah, that's done, bro. That's done, isn't it? I'll have to see what's underneath, but I'll bet that's all the way through.
Tasted amazing. It tasted like...
Right, Semi Bear?
I have not quite had that flavor from this strain, and I've been vaping this strain for a week now. You vaped the strain with me, Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like Jelly Bellies. Remember Jelly Bellies? You know how like you eat all the Jelly Bellies and then you try them all, but then it's like, hey, you know what? Take 2 of the blueberry, and one of the buttered popcorn and eat them together. And ta-da! It fucking tastes like a blueberry muffin. What the fuck? You know, it's like one of those things with the strain where you get like the convection and the conduction and the size and the speed and the airflow and the right inhale, and then you piece it all together, Madonna Vogue style, and then like ta-da! That was like a fucking grape pie, like a taste that I have not experienced with this strain before. Just came out of it with that little Lotus bowl. Like it was wonderful.
Have you had a grape pie before? I don't know. I've had a grape pie.
I mean,
That sounded really good. Grape pie.
That pie cream that we had at the Stores and Bickle party was so grapey. I fucking loved it.
Mm-hmm.
From Snow Till Organics.
Yeah, that was your favorite.
Oh, I want to grow that.
Right. I like that all, man. That was crazy.
Wonder if he would send some clones.
Clones.
Yo.
Yeah, you might be able to get something going. Grape
That
pie.
rocked my shit, Jerry. That rocked my shit right there.
Upstate New York, they're all about grape pie. I got to check that out then. Like actual grape pie, man. Right on. I don't know why this isn't a thing for me. Like, how have I not had or heard grape pie before? How the fuck? Cherry pie I get. That I get. That's funny, Goats. At one point in time in my life, for about a while, my best friend at work was named Tom. He was my best friend, and we worked together. So they called us Tom and Jerry all the time. We're close here. We're close with Troy and Jerry.
We are.
Yeah. Let me hit this again, and then see what happens.
Man, I had a spicy Korean bulgogi and potato pizza today, and that shit is tearing me up, dude.
That's funny, man. That'll do it, won't it?
I knew it would too. Like I was eating it, and I remember feeling like my teeth, my gums were like on fire because of like it had so many like spicy peppers and like chunky seeds, like the seeds.
Yeah,
seeds of the peppers. You know, they were like in there. I could feel it. You know, like working into my mouth. I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be a regrettable pizza.
Yeah.
And I tried to eat. I did eat ice cream. That's hilarious. I tried to take a nap earlier, and I was like, "Oh shit! Like that's too spicy. Like I can't nap right now." So I got up and I ate ice cream. That's hilarious. Thanks for that advice. Had Tillamook ice cream in the freezer.
That'll fix it, man. It's like fiber. Those seeds are fiber for you, man.
Dude, I need more of it. I can feel the spice. I can feel it. Like it's like I've experienced this before. I've eaten ghost peppers a few times in my life, and yeah, I'm not gonna go into those stories right now. They involve tears and very painful farts. So
I hate it when I eat stuff that hot. No. Yeah. We can do a whole show about that.
We were in Seattle, man. It was the worst. So like my brother's a doctor, and he kept running, and he's like, "You okay?" He's like, I hear you're in pain." I'm like, "No, I'm not. Not like stomach pain. Like it just really hurts to fart, dude."
You don't have to worry about this one, man. It's just burning on the way out. Was it burning or pain?
Like burn, like you could feel the heat, you know, like dude. The worst.
Those are awful. I've had that once or twice. Not
mace.
Not from pizza though.
Farting mace.
Either some habanero or something.
Like they could have killed my wife, like with the Dutch oven technique, you know.
Oh, you're good at that?
I mean, with those like capsaicin farts.
Capsaicin, is that a a pepper name or something?
That's like the spicy shit in hot peppers. Capsaicin or whatever.
Oh, the things they count. The things they count with little numbers.
Well, that's the
Count
Scoville
little
units.
numbers.
Scoville.
Oh my goodness. That's funny, dude. Well, dude, I ain't got much more to say about these things, man.
Yeah, I ain't got shit more to say either. Like I saw today that he posted that he can now get them a little bit cheaper.
That's
So,
good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, I will say this actually, Troy. I could say this. Yeah, this isn't like a company or a vape manufacturer. This is just a dude on fuck combustion who has been around a long time and tried a boatload of vapes and has his faves and now has to make his fave and is chasing that. Right now, I think he needs that bowl that he's coming out with next month to to complete the package. But I'm pretty stoked about that. But just keep that in mind, like that this is not somebody who's trying to like sell 1 million of these. He's just, well, I could make 1 or 5. He's gonna charge me the same for all of them, and I'd like to know what somebody thinks. So let's see, and it's not in its finished state. So don't think you're buying from a company here. You're buying from somebody like you, quite frankly. So anyhow, that's all I would like to say there.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
man.
right, man. I got shit else to say either, dude. I'm stoned and hungered. I got to thinking about like the crazy burritos and stuff from the painful farts. But beyond that, like back into the food. So yeah.
I've been getting real hungry from this shit, especially that styrofoam cup. That stuff makes me hungry every time I smell it. It's like serious.
You still have some?
I have that.
Wow. Okay. Very nice.
Yeah. So the last time I loaded that in the venti for my honey, it did exactly what it needed to. So that's what I'm gonna do with that. So anyhow, and get her to sleep.
Yeah.
So it's not working.
No, it's working. I can use it.
When do you get the error?
It will error out if I press the 2 buttons together like this.
Oh, like to change it from Celsius to Fahrenheit?
Boom.
Okay. I don't like that. And then what? What do you got to do then?
So now it's done for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes or something. It has like a lockout. If I turn it on and hold the up button, it'll cycle through the error code. And this is how like how to troubleshoot the error code. So like if you RMA it, which I've already initiated the RMA process, you hold up to get the error code to give it to them.
Wow.
So yeah, I got the RMA process started. But I mean, it actually works. If I don't switch it back and forth, I can use it once it does its reset thing. Yeah, it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, because we're trying to speak European too, man. We're trying to learn that as well. Want to speak Canadian. So that's too bad because that's what you're doing is toggling from Fahrenheit to Celsius when it does that. So that's what's going down. Well, shoot. Hope it comes back. Yeah. Hey, so you want to dab out?
No, I don't.
Everybody wants
I
to
don't
dab.
have any more good dabs, Jerry.
Oh, you don't, huh?
No.
All right.
That was the last of the mimosa, dude.
The papaya.
Yeah. We need to get like 710 Labs as a sponsor.
Right. Then you won't run out.
They're in Florida. They're in California.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Aim out there from 710 Labs on our side.
Anybody listening? Sammy Bear is going to do it then, I guess. Are you dabbing for the both of us, or are you telling us we have to dab? We don't have to dab. I was just saying if you want to dab. Yeah.
Dab for the both.
She's telling me to dab for the both of us. Is that what she's saying? I could do that. Do you guys want to dab in the chat? Is that cool with you, Troy? Are you cool with that, Troy?
You dab it up. I'm gonna watch because that little Lotus bowl, seriously, it punches different. It punches different.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Ready to hit the dance.
Troy and Gary, who's ready?
Are you ready, Troy and Gary?
You would recognize this next dab from my favorite show.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Ready to hit the dance.
I have dab envy.
Those things are awesome.
Are you ready to hit and dab envy?
Dab envy. All right. Well, I've got my dab loaded right here's or where's her. Can you see it, Troy?
Very nice.
It's a good sizer. It's a good sizer. I just turned this little fucker up because I realized it was a little low last time and I didn't change it, but that's okay. I can still grab it and carry on. You guys ready, man? So let me grab my dab ready. That's about 5:10. Cool, guys. Cheers. Dropping. Oh, that
Can you hear this?
I can. Yeah. You got crisp off?
I don't have crisp at all.
Oh. That's right. I was the problem with that. That's why I got it.
Basically.
That's about right, Sissy Baker. It's at least a 2-to-1, probably closer to 3-to-1 ratio, man. I'm
Really?
going back for a little more heat. Yeah.
Really? Are my dabs that large and in charge?
They are, senior. Big time. Big time. I'm just heating up a little more in there. I'm not done yet. I'm gonna hit some more, man. Freight train having a nipple.
I got that new thing from D-Nail coming pretty soon. So
Cool.
I'm gonna have to buy some hash rosin to have some slurper dabs again with out torching. That's exciting.
That is exciting. I can't wait to see that.
It's exciting. That thing looks super fucking cool, man. Super fucking cool. You can use code TroyTime over there as well at D-Nail and Victory Glassworks. Save like 20 or 30% on some shit.
Oh, I found the punch in the dab.
Dude, the way this Jane bowl, this is the Jane. The way the Jane works with the Lotus bowl, it's just fucking phenomenal. Like the way that it's like a little micro slap, man.
Yeah.
You know, like a little 4-foot person, just like Johnny Cage, punch you right in the fucking balls, like boom, like
That's right.
Small. You didn't, may have underestimated it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they got some height advantage somewhere. You know what I mean? Like they got a lower center of gravity.
Changes the leverage.
Yeah.
It's a disadvantage, man. All day long.
Yep.
Not gonna lie.
That's how you get it. That's how you get it. Told you the story about how I got kind of beat on by the guy with one arm because first I felt like I couldn't fight back because he only got one arm.
I forgot about that. That was a funny
And
story.
then he grabbed me with that arm and basically hugged me while hitting me with his fucking nub. And I'm like, damn, like this is brutal.
Guy's coming at me. Coming at me. Hit me with did it hurt?
I mean, hurt my feelings. getting hit with his little nub.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't a little nub. It was like a full size, like elbow. He had an elbow type thing.
But how did he get that far anyhow, Troy? Like, I mean, it shouldn't have gotten I mean, aren't you supposed to like run from that guy and just go fuck it? Like, what was wrong with that guy? Was he chasing you down? What was it?
He was at bat. I hit him with a ball. I was pitching.
Okay, it was one of those. That's great.
And he charged the play.
What was he doing batting? Was he doing one of these?
Yeah.
He was one-handed batting. Okay, so he was doing that.
He was a better baseball player than I was. I mean, to be fully honest with you, like he could bat and pitch and all that shit better than I could. He could run and switch with the glove, and yeah, he was
one-handed, and you were hitting him. Yeah,
I didn't mean to hit him.
Yeah,
I think it happened like twice. I think it was like the second time I hit him.
And he rushed the mound. He said, "I've had enough of this, man. Fuck this guy." That's funny. I don't remember that you played baseball at all. That's fucking great, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I don't remember ever wanting to play baseball. You know, it was just something that that was the thing that kids did in my town.
Right.
There wasn't a whole lot of shit to do. This is pre-internet, you know, when kids had to do shit outside.
Right. Oh, that's so funny, man. Oh, those would be some good stories, man.
I remember when I could finally draw the line, though, like when the next level of baseball was like kind of serious.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, I don't want to do that. Is it cool if I don't do that? And then parents were like, yeah. I was like, oh, well, shit. Ask this question more often.
Right. Yeah, we can stay at home. We can stay at home. We don't have to do this, man.
Turns out I don't have to play basketball.
That's funny. Things we make our kids do, man. Shit.
Yeah. The things that society makes kids do. You know, just like all the social systems and shit that are in place. All the expectations, even like the social expectations. It's kind of unfortunate.
Yep. I was raised on John Hughes films, man. So that's the kind of shit that I was looking to.
Whose balls?
John Hughes.
John Hughes?
John Hughes films, yeah.
What?
John, you don't know who John Hughes is as far as making movies?
Can you say his name, his full name?
Yeah, John Hughes.
Okay.
John Hughes.
No, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, there you go. He did The Breakfast Club, 16 Candles. He did everything. He did everything. But we saw something the other day that my wife and I were like, he did that. Like, I mean, it was totally out of the wheelhouse, man. He did everything in the world, man. So,
see, those are my sisters watched those movies. So I saw glimpses of them.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the boobies at the beginning of 16 Candles.
Yeah.
Uncle Buck. Was Uncle Buck one of his movies? That movie's a fucking classic.
Yeah.
With John Candy.
I watched that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I saw that it's available on Netflix.
Yeah. It's fun to watch those, man.
I was gonna watch it, but my wife was gonna watch with me, and she's not into those style of movies. So
that's too bad. It's a good one, man. Get back in there, watch that fucker.
Yeah. Nah, that's not worth it.
Watch right here on the computer, man. Put it up on the side, man.
Oh man.
Weird Science, that's right. That was him too. He did everything.
Is that him? Is that the same dude?
He did everything, dude. He did everything.
I've seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I've seen that. That's a classic.
I watched that just a couple weeks ago too. That was so much fun to watch.
That's a holiday classic, right? Some people watch that every holiday.
I used to watch it more than that. I knew all the lines in that movie, man. That was a great movie.
Is there shit you watch every Christmas or every holiday, every Thanksgiving?
Probably for 4 months straight, I'd watch that fucking movie, man. On VHS. Like we had the recorded off of HBO. It was one of those things. So we had the HBO recorded on the VHS version of that fucking thing.
We always watch Elf.
Oh, that's another good one. I watched that as well the other day. I've been watching the funny Christmas movies, man. I'm sorry.
You've been just watching movies.
Yeah,
playing Raid
man.
Shadow Legends.
Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to life these days.
Wow. Up is a banger. All right. Do we know what we're doing next week?
We do, but I forgot. I hope we wrote it down.
I think is it the volcano thing?
Oh, yeah, those things. Is that what we decided? I think so.
I think so. I think that's what's going on. So next week we're gonna have volcano, but we got some new attachments.
They click on or snap on or something.
Pump up or cool down, or
they don't strap on, but they get on there.
Well, maybe,
but I don't think so. Maybe. So
Yeah.
We're gonna put some toys on the volcano. That's right. I forgot about that.
Volcano toys. That's right.
Yeah, volcano toys. That's great. Yeah, we'll have some fun with that, man. So we'll be around next week, and then one after that, and we'll see beyond that. So
right.
Yeah.
Right. And then I think we can see you next Friday and roll the bean footage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peace out.
Yeah. Click the button.